chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study about the constants, data types, variables, which we will be using in the program. So we have to have a basic knowledge of all these, then only we can write a program. Okay, what now? Imtiaz. Okay, you joined back, right? Okay, so here in this chapter, we will be seeing, as we have seen in the last chapter also, programming language. Why we need a program? We need a program in order to interact with the computer, in order to make the computer solve our problem, right? Or solve a particular task, to execute a particular task. Programming language is a language with which we can communicate with the computer. So our aim is our problem has to be solved by computer. We cannot sit and solve, so we are giving that work to computer. And we are asking a particular task to be executed. That is our meaning. So when we are doing such things, we will be, you can keep your video off. In order to give or execute a particular task, you have to, or the computer has to process the data, got it, and make a useful information or get a useful information out of the data, right? So you know, data is nothing but all the things which we will get out of a like upon submission. Suppose now you have created a Google form, all those data which is not organized or which is just content which we get from you people, no, is can be considered as a data, but we have to process it, or we have to, suppose if I want to evaluate your paper, no, I'll be giving particular marks for each, and then we will be getting a particular information from the data, or we even behind I showed you how that survey analysis, how many of you have submitted the link and how many of you have given the correct answer. So unless we process the data, we will not get a particular information. So programming language is used for processing the data. We will make computer to process the data. We will just give an input as data. Computer will process the data and give an output as information. Understood? So the sequence of instruction which is written to perform a specific task is known as a program, that we already saw. We have to instruct our computer line by line. Sequence of instruction. After this, do this. After this, do this. Then only it will execute the program. But the thing is, once if you tell computer to give an instruction to solve a specific task, the same program can be used for thousands and millions and lakhs of data, right? In order to solve the particular a huge amount of task, or the same problem it can be solved with the same program. So that is the benefit of writing a program. If you once give an instruction, the same program can be used in order to solve many other problems. So now those are it's not for the exam, just for your understanding. Now we will come to the what all are there for writing a program. We already saw that as any other language, C language is also having a vocabulary and a grammar. English you have studied, right? You have alphabets and certain grammar to be followed. Here also in C programming language also we have a set of instructions which are known as syntax rules for writing a particular program, and we have to follow certain grammar. And using that grammar means like even the program syntax, how we are writing, that has to be followed in a particular manner. Then only it will be taken as an instruction by the computer. So these vocabulary and grammar are made in the form of which will be specific for each programming language. Compiler of each programming language will understand only the grammar of that particular language. So in order to execute a C program, we'll be using C compiler. So C compiler will be knowing if I give MAIN, that is main. If I give INT, that is an integer variable data type. So each and every keyword and the constants and variables which are declared in a program will be understood by the compiler of that particular program. So we will now see what is explained and kept for the C compiler. What should be the definition of a, what will be considered as a constant by the C compiler? What will be considered as a variable by the C compiler? So first we will see the character setup. We know that when we write a letter in English, we will be making use of a character set, right? So in character set, what all will be there? The same thing we will be making use of in writing a C program. The character set will be consisting of the set of English alphabet characters. Along with that, we will be having numbers. And when we join 2 or 3 characters, we will be getting a word. And when we join some numbers with the operators, we will be getting a expression. All are listening. So all these are the things which you should understand. Characters, as in English alphabets, we have characters. So all those letters in our alphabets, we will be combining to form words, and we'll be forming the program statements. Numbers, our digits, from 0 to 9, we will be combining with operators. What are operators? You know operators, plus, addition, minus, subtraction, and all are the operators. So all those with the operators, we will study on chapter is there for the all types of operators. When we combine numbers with the operators, we will be getting expressions. Max, we have expressions, right? Same thing we will have in C programming also. So what are the different? This is one question. I will be putting that test. Listen carefully. Categories of characters in C. It will consist of letters. It will consist of digits, special characters, white space. All those keys which we have on the keyboard now. All these consist of the character set. That is not only for our C programming language, even for English alphabets. If we write a letter also, we will be making use of all the letters which are present in our keyboard. That's it. Nothing complicated in this. So letters means all the alphabets from A to Z, both upper and lower case. Digits are the numbers from 0 to 9. Special characters, comma, period, semicolon, question mark. You have seen all these on your keyboard, right? Parenthesis, opening and closing bracket, angle bracket, dollar symbol, percentage, left parenthesis, brackets, or braces, hash symbol, caret symbol. We will be making use of all this. Tilde symbol, underscore, all these are the special characters. Now, white spaces. You might have seen a space bar in your keyboard, right? When you click on space bar, you will be getting a blank space on the like in the document wherever we are typing. Horizontal tab. Yeah, yesterday I think ma'am might have shown you. When you click on a space bar, it will be a small space, but when you give a horizontal tab, it will be giving you one tab space, means like more than one space what we get when we click on a blank space. Carriage return. So when we were having typewriter and all, you might be knowing in that we have carriage return. So in carriage return in computers, when we have the option for carriage return, it is the same as our home key. When we click on home key, it will be taking you to the beginning of the current line. Are you getting? I'll be asking in between carriage return. It will be taking you to the beginning of the same line where we were having the cursor. But new line will be taking the cursor to the next beginning of the next line. So difference between carriage return and new line is carriage return will be taking to the beginning of the same line where the cursor is existing. I'll show you all these we have will execute in the lab program also. New line will be taking it to the beginning of the next line. Understood? Then form feed means it will skip the current page where the cursor is existing and move on to the next beginning of the next page. So here we are just showing what are the keys which are present in our keyboard, and accordingly what all we can have in the C program. So making use of these letters, digits, special characters, and white space, we will be writing our program. Is it clear? Understood. So you will be having for Kannada all the alphabets of Kannada, right? Kannada language will be having, English language will have its own character set, alphabets, likewise. Here in C programming also we will be making use of the same alphabets A to Z, uppercase and lowercase, and digits we will be making use of, and all the key special characters which are present in the keyboard. No, we will be making use of to writing for writing the program. Even these white spaces, what we get using blank space or space bar, horizontal tab, carriage return, new line, form feed, all these we will be making use to write a C program. Now comes, no. So when you just type in the Turbo C new page when you take, and then you just type ABCD, computer will not understand, right? If you just type XYZ also, computer will not understand. Now, what is a C token? Listen carefully. All this I am going to ask. What is a C token? What happened now? 5 cm. So, in what is a C token? The smallest individual unit of a program that is meaningful to the compiler. If you just write ABCD, compiler will not understand. It is a command for, or it is an instruction to the compiler. It will understand only the words which is given in any of these forms. It should be either a keyword, or it should be an identifier or constant or string or special symbol or operator. The smallest individual unit of a program that is having a meaning or meaningful to the compiler. It should understand that it is a command or an instruction given to it. That smallest unit of the basic unit of smallest individual unit of a program which is meaningful to the compiler is known as a C token. Your ABCD or XYZ will not be categorized under keyword. Understood? It cannot be, unless you declare it as a variable, it will not be meaningful to the compiler. So what we have to do, we have to make it in the form in which the compiler will understand. So only 6 type of things, the C tokens which are named as C tokens categories. We will see each one in this, which is meaningful. If you give ABCD, that also if you are declaring it as an identifier or a variable, it has to follow certain rules. If it is declared in that form only, the compiler will understand it is an identifier. Then constants, there are certain rules. For writing strings, we have certain rules. Special symbols, operators, all these are having. So what are the 6 types of C tokens? Keyword, identifier, constant. This is one question. Let me see who all remember. Keywords, identifier, constants, string, special symbol, operators. 6. So this is a sure question for university exam also. So you should remember. Write in your notes. Keywords, identifier, constants, string, special symbols, and operators. The previous, I was just telling the character set that you can see your keyboard also, in keyboard what all we have, that and all we can write as character set. But character, if you just print on just press a dollar symbol, just put a bracket, compiler will not understand. We have to make it as an individual unit which the compiler will understand. So if you make it any of these category, if you make it as a keyword, there are 32 keywords in C, right? We studied already. So one among those the keyword if you make, or if you may declare it as an identifier, or if you declare as a constant, or make it as a string, or a special symbol, or if you are making it as operators, then only our compiler will understand. So we will see one by one. The first one is keyword. Keyword serve as a basic building block for the program statement. Now, in the previous slide also I told individual unit which is meaningful for the compiler, meaningful to the compiler. Understood? But here I am telling it's a basic building block of program. Why I highlighted program statement? In order to make it as a program statement, you can have 2 things. One is the keyword that is taken as an instruction, that is a reserved word, and then after that we may use a variable. Variable, you can give any name for the variable. So you cannot write a program with the variables alone. You have to give some instruction using the keywords. So if you just write variables, I'll show you how to write a program. So in that, if you just have only variables means computer will not understand unless we have some keywords in it. So the basic building block of program statement, to write a program statement, you should have a keyword. ANSYS support 32 keywords. All keywords have a fixed meaning. You cannot use a keyword in order to declare a variable name. Don't get scared of these terms. This is just an introduction. Without introduction, we cannot move forward. So I'll show you how to use this. So just now for the as a theory question you learn now. Now afterwards we will execute the program. That time you will understand what is a keyword, what is a basic building block, what is an integer block. Ma'am is telling two things for the same thing. That you will understand now. Because here you have to write for the keyword, you should write basic building block of a program statement. Okay, so here it is like an individual unit of a program. In a program, we can have a mix of keywords, identifier, constant, string, all these 6 tokens. But identifiers are nothing but our variables which we can give any name. But with the identifiers alone, you cannot write a program. Keywords are the actual instructions which are given to the compiler. So with the identifiers and constants, the remaining things, if you write a program, it will not be taken as a C program unless there is some keywords. So the most important thing among the C tokens will be our keyword. So in order to write a program statement, you need a keyword, and there are 32 keywords. And all the keywords has fixed meaning. You cannot change the meaning of the keyword, and it should be given in lower case. So examples of those I have kept. So in case keywords when they ask, you can just give an example also. Case, continue, break, int, register, default. So all the 32 keywords I have kept in the next slide. All these are the keywords of C. You cannot declare a variable or an identifier with the name auto. These are reserved words. You should not touch these words. No, whenever we are using this, it will be taken as an instruction to the compiler. So don't name the variables or identifier using these keywords because it has a special meaning. This when it encounters compiler, when it encounters auto, it has a meaning. If it has a meaning, static means it has a meaning. Now, when we write a program, the first line was our header file. After that, we have a main, right? In main, you can see that it is not listed as a keyword. Among the 32 keywords, main is not a keyword. Understood? But it is a main is a function, pre-declared function. Functions, how to understand it is a function? It will be having a parenthesis. After main, we have a parenthesis, right? That means it is a function. It is a pre-declared function. We are not declaring the main function. We are declaring only user-defined function. But main is already declared and kept, and we are just defining it. Okay, so those terms you keep it aside. You just understand now. Main is not a keyword. It is a function. Okay, so these 32 keywords you just see how you should somewhat remember. For example, also 5 at least. I have kept in today's paper also. I could see only 58 participants now. What happened? Everyday network problem. You're losing attendance. That you should think. So keywords are 32 keywords, and now. So in this program, this is a sample program which I have kept. In the first line, we have hash include means it is a, what is hash include? It is a preprocessor directive, right? stdio.io.h is a header file. Then what else we have over here? After that, we have a hash define. That is also a preprocessor directive. Whatever starts with a hash symbol, no, it is a preprocessor directive. We are declaring a constant over here that we will learn it later. So now main is a function which is a pre-declared function. What is the difference of this main and this add? This is a user-defined function while main is a pre-declared function. Without the main, we cannot write a program. While without this user-defined function, if I am not writing this also, I can have a program. So int is a example for a keyword. I am going to declare a variable called total. I am going to declare a variable called num1, num2 of the data type int. Understood? So here The only keyword which is only word which is keyword is int. Now total num1, num2 are all variable names. So we will see what is variable or identifier in the next slide. So here we are using only one keyword called int, and another keyword we have used in this subfunction is return. Understood? I hope everything, like this program you just ignore. I am just showing which is the keyword in this program. Now the next C token. What was the first C token? First C token was our keyword. So much of disturbance from outside. So identifier or the variable name is a second keyword. A variable is a data name, or now you will see what is the definition of a variable. Variables are also referred to as identifiers. Variables are also referred to as identifiers. A variable is a data name that may be used to store a data value. Now, tell me an example of a data name. Suppose I want to collect the information of all, or name of all students. What I have to see, what I have to do, if I want to collect the names of all the students, I should use a variable. The name of the variable. What can be the name of a variable? When I'm sending the Google form, I want to collect the name of each of the student. What name I was using? I was using the field name as full name, or I can give student name, right? So that is a variable. That same variable should be accepting the names of all the students in the class, right? So likewise, what we did in our Google form, the same way we will be making use of variable names in our program. So the same Google form what we designed, same thing we will be doing it using C program. Okay, so instead of full name, so full name was the variable name which you gave in the Google form. Same thing you will be using in C program. And then you will ask your friends to enter. You will be entering the names of each one in your class. So the full name, it will be used for storing the name of or value of each student in your class. What is the value? You are entering your name, right? Each one, Abhishek, Barkan, or everyone will be entering the name, right? So the variable which is used to store the value or data value is known as a variable. The name which is used to store the data value, or you can name it as data name which is used to store the data value. Full name will be storing all the names of the students in the class. If I am declaring a variable called age, age will be storing the age of all students in the class. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat box. Okay. So I'll be giving attendance link. Okay then. After some time I'll give. Then now it refers to. So the variable names can be used to give the name of the variables. Three things now you should remember: name of variables. You can name the functions, and you can name the arrays. So the variable name, as I just now told, you can use it like age is a variable name, right? In order to store the age of all the students in the class. Now you can name the functions also. In the previous, now I showed add is a name of a function. This name I give. If I want to give addition, also I can give. If I just want to make it as another name, plus, I can name the function as plus also. It is user defined function. This function, the main, I cannot change the name, but this is a user defined function. What is user defined function? Whatever user is defining. Okay, so whatever user is defining, that is user defined function, I can give any name for this. So this name, when I am giving the name, that has we have to follow certain rules. So now if I am naming a variable for an integer value, or if I am naming a variable for an array, or if I am naming a variable for a function, all those are known as a identifier or variable name. So this user defined name consists of a sequence of letters. So when we named the variable in the previous thing, no, total, it is a sequence of letters. Num is also a sequence of letters and followed by a digit. So here in the rules they are telling that you can name it using a sequence of letters and digits. But you cannot use any of the special characters except underscore. Is it clear? This is also a question. So except underscore, you are not able to supposed to use the any of the special characters. So whatever is allowed is letters, digits, and underscore. Letters, digits, and underscore. You can either declare the variable as uppercase or lowercase. But mostly, we'll be following lowercase only. We'll be generally using lowercase. Underscore, no, you can add, like if you want to name the variable as student name or first name. So you can put an underscore between. You are not supposed to leave a blank space between the or in between the variable name. So you can just link to words using underscore. So here I have kept the example. And the rules also. First character must be an alphabet or underscore. You can either start with an alphabet. Here you see example for variable declaration, total, John, Delhi. All these are example for the variable name. You can start with an alphabet or you can start with an underscore. But you are not supposed to start with a digit. Okay, so you are not supposed to. So all those which are valid, I have given in this first line. And all those which are not valid variables, no, I have given in the second line. You cannot start the variable name with a number. Here one I have start, no, I should not start a variable name with a number. You should not use any special character. What is CHAR? What is CHAR? Type in the chat box. Why it is not valid? Because it is a keyword. Because it is a character, but it is a keyword, right? CHAR is a keyword. Keywords should not be used as an identifier or variable. Understood? Now I will be asking this bracket, why this is also invalid. Why? Because you are using a bracket. Bracket should not be used in the as a variable name. So the rules are first character must be an alphabet or underscore. This they also they sometimes they used to ask for the university exam. Must consist of letters, digits, and underscore. Must not contain any white space. Here you see group 1. I left a blank space in between. So this will create an error. Either you have to put an underscore or don't leave space in between P and O. Okay. Variable names are case sensitive. If I give T as capital and here if I am starting using T without capital T, it will be showing error. So it is case sensitive. If you are declaring it as uppercase, you should continue using it as uppercase. Now the length of the variable, no, here if I give like that, no, all the alphabets of English, no, as a variable name, there is a restriction by each compiler. Some compilers will be taking only the first 31 characters, and some compilers will be taking only 8 characters as a variable name. I am giving the variable name St. Francis College, Koramangala. That it will not take because it will some compilers it will be taking only the first 8 characters as a variable name. Cannot use keywords. This you should remember. Cannot use keywords. Now, constants are referred to as the fixed values that do not change during the execution of the program. Now, so we have finished with the variables. Now, variables we have finished. What is the specialty of variable? In variables, when we are using the program, variables value will be keeping on changing, or we can change the value of a variable throughout the program. Now comes constants. So you should not get confused. Variables, no, it will be, I'll show you how to declare a variable also. So in order to declare a variable, here I have shown also, int is a data type. That syntax and all is coming in the next chapter. But for the time being, I'm telling, we will be just giving int and then followed by the variable name. So syntax we will study later. So when we are declaring a variable, we will be able to change the value of the variable throughout the program. theory concept you understand now. I'll show you how to execute and how, when I am showing the program only, it will be clear. Now comes the next thing, which is a C token, that is constants. Okay, so constants are fixed, are referred to as fixed values that do not